This is the Insta360 One X. The intro that you have just seen was entirely shot on this tiny 360 camera. And let me tell you, I've always been a bit skeptical when it comes to 360 video. So when Insta360 offered to send me one for review, I was not sure what to think about the camera. But after testing it for a few days, I have to say, I am really impressed by this little thing. Shooting 360 video is not something that I'm super excited about. However, what this camera allows you to do is to shoot and not worry about framing your shot, and then you can decide which part of your shot you want to keep, you want to focus on, and that's something that I think it's the best thing about this camera. The feeling that you just need to press record and not worry about framing the shot, but instead you can just focus on your activity is something new for me, and so far I really enjoy the whole process and the whole new world of 360 video. And in today's video I'm going to discuss everything that I like about this camera and everything that I don't like about this camera. So if you want to know about all of this, keep watching. First things first, this camera is capable of shooting in 5.7K at 30 frames per second and also in 3K at 100 frames per second. So if you want to slow down your footage, you can do so. Next, it offers a really unique perspective simply because it has two cameras, one on the front and one on the back. They both shoot at 180 degrees, and then the camera automatically stitches both cameras' footage into one, and then it applies some amazing stabilization to it. It's called Flowstate. You can see that when I'm running with this camera and I'm just holding it in my hand, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just running as usual, and the footage is very stable. Something that I really like about the Insta360 One X is the invisible stick. And if you order one from the link below, you can get this stick for free. This is a nice gift from Insta360 for Drone Supremacy subscribers. So if you are interested, check out the link below. But speaking about the stick, it extends quite a lot, even more. And that allows you to capture some shots from very far away. If you want to, you can extend your hand all the way out, and it will take some crazy looking shots from a great distance. And the great thing about this stick is that you can basically put it anywhere. I put it in my backpack and it was just sticking out of my backpack, and I went karting. So the footage from the intro that you saw was shot with this stick, and it looked like an action camera. So it looked, I would say, even better than a GoPro, because then you have the choice to reframe your shot and pick a different angle, and you have so many different options when it comes to angles. And this is just a great way to spice things up in your footage and create some better looking shots from different angles without even framing them. You can simply put it somewhere or hold it and then create those shots afterwards. The tripod can be also mounted on this invisible stick, and let me do it very quickly. And when you mount it, you have this thing which is called bullet time. If you want to, you can start rotating the camera like this. I hope I don't smack myself on the face. But if you do that, you can create the so-called bullet time shots. And those shots are really unique looking, and you can get very creative with them and create some really cool looking footage. Personally, I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, of those shots, simply because the quality is a bit lower when compared to the regular 5.7K 30 frames per second shots. And that is because the bullet time shots are in lower resolution. That basically lowers the quality as well. But if you do them in the right lighting, you can create some really insane looking shots. Just keep that in mind. Besides the two cameras on the front and on the back, you also have a small circular display which gives you information about which mode you're in, how much memory you have left, how many minutes you can record video. And then you have two buttons. One is the shutter button, which starts capturing your shots, and then the other one is the power on button, or the button for switching modes. On the left side, you have a micro USB port for charging. On the bottom, you have the SD card slot, and you have the tripod mount. On the right hand side of the device, you can see the battery slot, and luckily we are able to change the batteries. Unlike the Osmo Pocket, for example, you can switch out the batteries quickly, and if you buy some separate batteries, you can have unlimited shooting time. For me, I'm not too happy with the battery so far. I mean, when I'm shooting 5.7K, the battery drains very quickly. So keep in mind, if you want to shoot with this for a full day, for example, you need to invest in some extra batteries. When you shoot your footage, you have a couple of options. You can transfer your footage from the SD card to your computer, and you can use the Insta360 Studio app, which is available both for Windows and Mac. Or you can use your smartphone to connect to the camera, download the footage to your device and edit from there. This is personally something that I find much easier, especially if you're shooting something that you want to quickly share on the social media. For example, if you want to shoot something for your Instagram stories, you can do that and you can edit very quickly. From the app, you can change your pivot points, so that would make a very smooth transition for one point through another. You can edit your footage, you can speed it up, slow it down, you can create this little planet effect. You can track a face, for example, if that's what you want to focus on, and you can easily create some speed ramps, you can add effects, you can apply some motion blur to your shots, and then you are ready to share it. So it's really easy and convenient to edit the footage straight from your phone. If you want to, you can play with it a lot more in the Insta360 Studio app, and then convert it to a regular video that you can edit afterwards in your editing software. That's what I did for my intro, for example, but for most of my shots that I've been sharing for the past couple of days, I've been editing straight from my phone. So both of these options are great. And depending on your needs, you can use both of them. Some things that I don't really like about the camera. First, the display is not really bright, and sometimes when I'm shooting in bright sunny day, I almost don't see which mode I'm in. So once I thought I'm doing a video, but actually by accident I took just one photo and that was it. So I lost something that I was thinking I'm recording. So that could be a small problem. Something that probably is my mistake is for not holding it properly is I'm sometimes smudging the camera, especially the back one, when holding the camera or taking it out of its case. And sometimes I notice a small smudge on the screen when shooting a video. So keep that in mind. Make sure the camera is clean, or at least clean it before you start shooting. And the last thing that I don't really like about this camera is the fact that the sound is not very good. But of course, if you're using it as an action camera, for example, from this karting video, you can't really expect to have a good sound simply because there is a lot of wind coming straight into the microphone. So you can't really expect to have some nice sound. But in a quiet environment, maybe you will be able to extract some good sound out of it. So far, I haven't used it for recording sound, so I don't really care about the sound so much. But if you are counting on the sound, it might not be ideal. And there you guys have it. This has been my Insta360 One X review. Like I said, so far I'm really excited about this camera, really happy with it, simply because of the new perspective, the new angles that I'm able to achieve in my footage. And let me tell you, I will be using it a lot from now on for time lapses, for action shots, and for new angles for my videos. I'm really excited about that. Once again, if you do decide you want to get yourself a brand new One X camera and explore the world of 360 video, make sure you click the link below so you can get a free bullet time stick with it. This is the invisible stick that is honestly very useful to have, and I would highly recommend you to get one of these. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. What do you think about 360 video in general? And I'll be sure to reply in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.